Megadeth's latest video, Holy Wars, is literally as fresh as today's headlines. It must be the first video to deal directly with the Middle East crisis. But band leader Dave Mustaine says Holy Wars was originally inspired not by the Middle East, but by a visit to Northern Ireland, where some onstage comments led to Dave Mustaine nearly being killed.
I said, you know, this next song's it's for the cause. Give Ireland back to the Irish. Anarchy in Ireland. And I'm dodging pounds. If I would have known what they were worth, I would have caught them. You know, I caught one with my skull, but... I said, you know, so what's the IRA all about? And they go, well, it's about, you know, the Catholics and the Protestants have this feud going on, like the Hetfields and the McCoys, you know? And I'm going like, you know, that's not hip. That prejudiced religion is like, you know, it's a sin in itself.
The band's lineup is nearly as volatile as the politics they sing about. Mustaine and bassist Dave Ellefson have gone through half a dozen guitarists and drummers in just a few years. The latest recruits are guitarist Marty Friedman and drummer Nick Menza. Mustaine bluntly explained how their predecessors came to be former Megadethers.
The drummer I really liked a lot, but, you know, he wouldn't listen to any direction and take advice, and now he's got a kid and no gig, so you figured that out. You know, and the other guy had the audacity to think he could, you know, nail my old lady at the time. I had this fiance for 6 years, and you know, I don't know if he thinks that, you know, he's better endowed than I am.
You see, sex is never too far from Dave Mustaine's mind.
When I write music, I think about, like, sex, you know, and violence. It's kind of Clockwork Orange, but, you know, it works. You know, you start off with a little foreplay, you get into the real heavy, serious sweating, and then it's over.
Mustaine says he prefers sex and violence to Satanism, which he says he investigated in the early 1980s. One of the founding members of Metallica.
This is one of the things that kind of like made me kind of veer away from it. It's like I heard that you had to consecrate your marriage to the underworld by having sex with a satanic priest. And I said, I don't care, no matter how bad I want to be evil, no one's mounting this kid.
Still pure after all these years. You can catch Megadeth on tour with Judas Priest later this month. Also back on the